Good morning and welcome to Morning Motivational Rant. I am your host, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and with me as always is Crystal Morency. Good morning, Crystal. How are you today?
Good. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dino. How do you do?
Super
You're wearing
awesome.
your Deadpool shirt, which I love.
Yeah. It says all I want this year is tacos. All I want this year is tacos.
Tacos.
There's never a bad time for tacos.
Tacos used to mean vagina. So
I believe they
when
still
everybody's
do.
like, all I want is tacos, all I want is tacos, all I want is tacos, I'm like, And I even see girls posting it, I love tacos, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Everybody loves vagina.
You know what? It's the funny thing is, I don't think that's it. I think they actually are talking about tacos a lot of times because it's funny that you would bring that up. I was thinking about this earlier. Was how everyone changes, right? Like your perception changes when you get new knowledge. It's the same thing. Whereas like somebody says taco, and I'm like vagina. That's the assumption, right? But then, yeah, that's you know. And I remember one lady. We were talking at work, this is years and years and years ago, and she was just the worst type of person. Like, she was the type of person that she was older, but she was like, oh, my name is, her name could be also spelled with an S and not just a C. And, but if you had the version with an S, then she would be like, ew. And you're like
mine. Crystal with a K and Crystal with a C.
Crystal with a K is not a human being. She is a sex bot. Okay?
It's faking it.
She's a sex bot. That's what she is.
She's faking it.
Definitely.
That fakes it.
So the funny thing is she made a statement about something about gay men. And I said, you think that's confusing? Who wins in a taco fight? And she's like, who wins in a taco fight? And I'm like, and she's just like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. I'm like, I didn't say anything. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. But, and she's just like,
see, and then when you say taco fight though, the first thing that popped in my mind was two people throwing tacos at each other.
Yeah, whereas in a man's mind it's, boop, boop, boop. That's what it is.
Scissoring.
Right?
See, and when you just say tacos, like in general, because when people started posting all those taco stuff, I want tacos, Bubba, it's Taco Tuesday. I really kept thinking about vaginas. But when you just said a taco fight, literally that just popped in my head was two people throwing tacos at them.
I think.
So the taco situation, it can go both ways. I get it now. You just justified it for me.
The best part is that it's like, I think it's commendable that when you think of a taco fight, violence to a vagina doesn't come into your mind. I think that's a good thing.
No.
I think that's,
yeah.
You say taco fight, I don't think about, two vaginas attacking each other.
No.
That would be.
I think of actually like beef and lettuce and tomato and sour cream and salsa being thrown at somebody in a tortilla shell. That's what goes through my head.
I'm going to lose my mind today, people. This is going to be fan-fucking-tastic.
We are 3 minutes in.
We are 3 minutes in, and we have already covered the discussion on taco fights.
The meaning of tacos?
The meaning of tacos. I just put up quotation marks around meaning.
Yep. Meaning it?
Oh, man.
So, Dino,
What's
any good stuff coming up for you?
You know what? There's been a few things that have been mentioned. I'm still on lockdown. Victoria's not. She wasn't happy with. So this is the problem. We went up north for that show, and
that one.
I did horrible. Yeah. But at the same time,
No, we didn't.
The problem was that people there, nobody was wearing a mask except for us. Even there were times when I was getting ready to go on stage, I took my mask off, and people were like, "Hey, psst, let me tell you something." And I'm like, "Seriously, dude?" Like, and the funny thing is, one comic was like, "Hey, you know what? Thank you for at least being the one person who maintained responsibility that whole time." I'm like,
yeah.
Whatever, what are you going to do? So when we were coming home, Victoria was very unhappy with me because of that, right? It's a risk to our family and everything, and we got to be careful. And the problem is that it's not, I trust my friends in the comedy community to being cognizant of that kind of stuff. But throw some booze, maybe a joint into the mix, and all that shit just goes out the window. And that's why I'm like, you know what? Honestly, one of the biggest things that I miss right now is, number one, traveling. I did want to go away earlier this year, and we were supposed to go in March, and just everything went to shit immediately. So, but then the other side, was one of the big things that we do is we go out to eat with people, and that's one of our big things, because we don't really have the environment to bring people over for dinner, and that's the thing is, but we like finding new restaurants and trying new foods and stuff like that. So that's our big thing, and we can't do that, right? So, and that's why people are like, oh, well, you can just go to the patio, and you're like, no, it's not that. I don't want to be around, because these people are being so selfish about everything that they're like, well, I can just do whatever I want, and you're like, you know what? People need to start getting punched in the fucking head. Well, that's it, right? Like, people need to start getting punched in the face for their insolence. It's, you know what? If you're not going to be considerate for your own family, you should be considerate for your neighbor's family. And if you're not going to willing to do that, you gotta get a punch in the face by somebody. And that's why it's like, and also too is, there has been a few circumstances of Asian racism in Toronto, and which is fucking ludicrous. Like, honestly, the lowest of the low is someone's like, go back to China. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you, okay?
Why do you deal with the white political parties that are the ones having a lot to do with this as well? How about we deal with that? Wait, actually, as a white person, I'm like, fuck, we're getting enough hate right now.
We're not going to do that.
I'm like, wait a second. No, please don't do that.
We're definitely not doing that. You said it, and I was like, are you fucking crazy right now? Have you lost your fucking mind?
I can't even. I know it's hard to leave the house as a white person right now as it is without everybody being like, you are horrible.
The funny part is, when she started to talk, I'm like, well, she's lost her fucking mind. By the end of it, I'm like, she's definitely lost her fucking mind. Look, and this is the problem, is that it's insane that people are thinking this kind of stuff, like, oh, like it was some person who's like, I'm coming from China and I'm gonna bring, like, that's not what happens. Now, that may be what a government did, and fuck that government.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, but then to just look at people and go, you get back to China. You just obtuse piece of land garbage. That's what you are. And that's why I'm like, listen, if somebody says it to my wife, I'm going to beat the living shit. I'm like, I won't hold back. And I'm like, I'm going to jail. That's what's going to fucking happen. Yeah. Right? And I can hope.
The only people that can tell... the only people that can tell anybody to go home are Native people. Okay.
Listen, and then that's a whole other conversation, which I am not.
That is
ill-equipped to discuss. All I know is I am Greek.
So I should not open.
I am Greek, and I never did that. So I'm gonna just not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm not involved, guys. Thank you very much. I'm gonna leave things right there. Yeah, so the last time we recorded, we actually took a day off. 2 days off?
Oh my God, we took 2 days off.
2 days off.
2 days. It's been 2 days. I've been missing Dino so much. His shrine just keeps getting weirder and weirder when we take time apart, because it makes me go crazier and crazier.
It's wildly inappropriate. The funny thing is, like, and the worst part is that when I went to go pick up the brownies, she's like, oh, meet me over here in this parking lot. I'm like, I have your address, I'll just come there. She's like, no. And I'm worried that it's like the garage has my face painted on, like, like I'm in a prison inside the garage, like I'm just trying to get out, or something. And I'm like,
I am crafty like that, but we don't have a garage.
So, every window is my face, like trying to get out, like,
It's the front of the house.
It's the front of the house, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. The mouth is the doorway.
The windows.
Like, yeah, that's horrible. That definitely sounds horrible. I don't know. You know what? This is the weird part about the whole thing, is that it's like, I don't know, do you feel this too where you're like, oh, it's time to go out, and you're kind of like, I'd really rather not go out? Like, yeah.
I am getting weird because usually I'm like a whatever, balls to the wind kind of girl. And
that's not a saying. Just so everyone knows, that's definitely not a saying. Caution to the wind, balls to the wall. It's like, balls to the wind. You're like, definitely not it. But go on. So.
It's not.
It's not. It's
okay. So I'm a caution to the wind kind of girl. I'm like, whatever, let's do this, Judas.
Let's do this, Judas. What the fuck? That is wildly inappropriate. I love it. I'm totally stealing that.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know what it means. I've heard it and it sounded cool, so I'm like, let's do this, Judas. Sounds like to get down. But so I'm definitely that kind of person, but with this whole corona thing, and because I've been on the internet a lot, I'm like, fuck, I don't trust anybody. I've been watching everybody's news. Like, I watch all around the world, I watch their news. So, like, I've watched everybody's news, and I'm like, you know what?
It's a lot.
I just kind of want to wear a mask and be safe.
Yeah.
Although I am so dying to do the open mic that I'm going to do one next weekend.
Yeah.
But I'm going to bring my own mic.
Nice.
And I'm wearing a mask the whole time. But I'm going to bring my own mic and just feel it out.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
And I'm sure they'll make me go first or second because they're douches like that. So, no, kidding. Just kidding. Hi, guys. Actually, they won't see it by the time it's done anyway. So, because they're douches like that, and I'm just happy that I got a spot anyways.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
They talk shit about me. I know it. That's why I'm just thankful that I got a spot. Yay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for her last spot. Still. What?
Yeah, great. Thank you for the last spot that you'll give me. No, I don't really think they're douches.
No, you know what? This is the problem.
They're funny.
There's a rush of people now trying to get back in on the scene, and I get it.
So I'm grateful.
Absolutely. I'm just staying out of it. I've been asked by a couple people, be like, "Are you gonna come to the show?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not." And
You're not. That's why I was wondering. I was hoping you would say it. That's why I asked you if you were doing anything like. I'm like coming up. I'm like so.
I am tempted to disobey my warden's rules, but that's not gonna.
I was kind of hoping you were on that Friday, hoping we were gonna go up together for old time's sake at Crazy Jack.
I don't know. That might become a debacle. that might just go off the rails. I don't know.
Especially, Crystal's begging me. She's like, she's gonna cow throttle me if I don't. Because then we can work off of each other. Because you get 10 minutes. So then we can work off of each other and then make it easier for us, and then we could have the 10 minutes. Because then we could just make fun of each other. Because we could do that for hours. Lord knows we could do that.
Okay, I'm not saying we can't do that. My problem is I tend to be very selfish in those situations, and I wouldn't want to steal your time, and I don't want you to feel bad. Okay? I don't care if other people feel bad. You don't want me to steal
your time.
That could happen. It's very possible.
It could. I do it on here.
Just know your role, woman, before I come over there. No, that's the thing. Listen, see, now I'm tempted to just be like, so, what do you want to talk about, Crystal? And just wait and watch her go, fuck you, you son of a bitch!
Like he did for the last, 7 episodes before this one. Because he was too gassy, or he was too full of shapoopy, or...
I'm not sure what shapoopy is, but I'm definitely getting some. That's for sure. I'll be honest with you. The real concern is that she'll probably try and stab me on stage. That's realistically what's going to happen. She already tried to hunt me when I picked up the brownies, and I'm telling you, if there were 2 18-wheelers, they crossed paths. I got through, I caught onto one, and I had to hide behind it like it was Mission Impossible, and it drove away. And then I just circled back to get back to my car after 3 moons.
Yep.
No. It was.
Do y'all have that mentally pictured?
Because I'm extremely agile for a fat person. You'd be surprised. That's where I probably hurt my back. No, yeah, we took days off.
He can put his leg over his head.
I cannot do that.
On roller skates. Mentally picture that.
Oh, I'm picturing it. It just looks fun. Because you said me and roller skate, and I'm like, yeah, no, I just pictured me banging Heather Graham or something from Dirk Diggler. That's what I pictured. And I was like, roller skates and naked. Boom, that's my mindset. No, I was thinking about this. There's such a huge amount of people who are now on OnlyFans and everything. I'm wondering what is going to happen after the fact. That's my concern. Like after all this happens, are people just going to continue doing this stuff, right? Because like I don't know, it was very surprising for me. That's for sure. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's not like that. It's more so just I'm like, so we just everybody.
What are we talking about?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans? I only heard of it through you on this podcast. So
it's when you feel enjoyed that you've given someone knowledge and they've done nothing with it. It's nice. It's just
oh, because OnlyFans is going to be some knowledge that I need to check out here. That sounds so
Listen.
great. Sounds like something Hanson put on. Remember Hanson? Ba ba da ba da ba 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 boo ba doo boo boom ba.
How did you mess up Mbop? How did you mess up Mbop? That's. I think she's fucking with me. She's got to be fucking with us, people. That's the only way that it's possible for somebody to mess up Mbop is not.
Keep going. No you know the rest of it, don't you?
No fucking way.
You know it. You know.
Of course I know it. Everybody knows it.
You tell us Mbop.
Okay, everyone knows it. How you can't do it it's an unparalleled. It's a paradox of youth. She was there when Mbop happened. She's heard the song millions of times. Remember when you couldn't turn off? It was like Ariana Grande. You're just like, that suckage is on every fucking channel. Okay? Even if you didn't like it, you were gonna remember it.
That little girl, the one that looks like she's 12.
Yeah, which what
does she sing again? What are her songs?
It's not important. What's important is that it's freaking me out how many young people are try to stay young. And I've noticed this in a trend. So there's a new show that just came out. Its second season just came out, was The Umbrella Academy, which is really cool. We've already binged through 4 of the episodes. There's only 10 for the season. But one of the things is there's a guy in it who's pretending to be he's mid-teens, right? And if you go to his IMDb page, it doesn't have his birthday. And I'm like, really? Really? And then
that's creepy.
And then I saw on another comedian that I know in Toronto, because I was like, I wonder how much older he is than me. And he has listed on his Facebook that he's 6 years younger than I am. And I'm like, no, that's bullshit, man. And I'm like, I don't understand. A lot of people are very afraid. They're like, oh, I don't put my birthday up. And you're like, why? What's the point? What does it matter?
I do. Fucking right. I'm proud. I'm like, I might act like a teenager still. I have a giant unicorn behind me. I painted a big F you. I wear Bob Marley shirts. But I'm proud the fact that I am my age and look the way I do. So therefore I put my age on everything. I'm like, fucking right, know how old I am. So you can be like, God damn.
She's the only woman in the Western Hemisphere that's like, you want my age? I will tell you my age 3 times. 3 times!
Yep. Oh, I get so proud. I'm like, yeah, that's right.
Well, that's the thing is, I don't understand people who are like, oh, you're that age. You're like, what is that? It's
I worked hard to get to this age. Fuckers, I went through a lot of shit to get to this age.
It's the longest thing you've done in life. Ta-da!
Yeah, but it's the only consistent thing I've done in life is age.
Yep, well, this is it's so weird. I just don't understand why people are thinking this way. Like, and it's coming back. Like, the problem is now where we've been exposed to this hypocrisy that we're dealing with on a daily basis, right? And then we're seeing people like in the States where people aren't like, some people, they're still a little bit, no. They're full fucking racist. Like, young people, old people, full racist. And you're like, hold on.
I don't understand it.
Well, and that's the thing is, but now you're seeing
it. It makes you look so stupid.
It
makes you look so stupid.
But now I'm seeing it in so many different ways. Like, I hate to use this word, but a lot of people have been talking about the idea of microaggressions. Like, essentially, it would be little things that you do. Like, you don't just come out there and say, "Whoa," and point at some person. That would be a thing. Yeah. But, like, so the example of a woman in an elevator and a black man walks on, it doesn't matter what he's wearing, she'll hold her purse a little tighter. That would be referred to as a microaggression. Now, I believe, I might be wrong, that's fine, but, like...
And then when she walks off the elevator, some white crackhead runs by her and steals her purse.
Well, that's the whole thing. And the thing is that, I understand the issue, but now I'm starting to see those ideas of microaggression, like little things that people do. I just thought it was people being annoying and I'm better than them. That's what I just always thought, but it's not. It's actually that people are pieces of shit. So I'm still better than them.
Yeah,
so
like they'll cross the road and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, or if they see an Asian person nowadays, I've literally watched it too, where people will see an Asian person, then all of a sudden everybody starts walking like away and stuff. And if they cough, everybody stare. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, this is
like, are you that dumb?
The best is when you're smoking. When you're smoking outside.
Don't be dumb.
When you're smoking outside and somebody walks by and they're like, and you're like,
oh, yeah.
I'm going to put this out in your eyeball, you fucking piece of shit. How about that? I'm going to put it out right in your eyeball. Okay? That's why you're like, I'm starting to see how...
Yeah, but that's more... Those people are smarter than the people that sit there and will cross the street over another person's race. The people that cough when they're smoking the air.
They're all stupid.
They're all stupid, but those ones still have more... Like, that's just the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my whole entire life. And I mean retard, like, fucking, you hit your head, rode the short bus, helmet, fucking, oh, guys, that kind of fucking retard. That's who's
None
racist.
of what she just said made that any better. None of it made it any better. She's like, I mean, like, short bus, helmet, like, nothing that you explained it with made that any better. So we're not referring to any specific type of disability, but more so somebody who's in...
I'm allowed to make fun of one. I rode the short bus, had to wear a helmet, talk like this sometimes. Talk like this. Fuck.
I don't believe it.
I ate glue. I really did.
Windsor, that was supposed for lunch. That's how that is.
That Elmer shit is the bomb.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But everybody out there, just remember, no, it's not. No, I'm seeing these microaggressions happen like in so many little things. Like people, I won't tell you my age, so you think I'm young. You're like, I automatically think you're old. People are like, well, then that's why it's like people are like, well, I won't. I only take pictures from this side because that's my good side. And you're like, I know how ugly you are. I've seen you in person. Okay, so
fuck off. That's the thing. I'm like,
she's like, hey, why don't we talk back and forth with Facebook Messenger so we can have those effects and stuff? And I'm like, no. And she's like, nobody's gonna see. And I'm like, still no. I just don't want.
I think it's gonna be
not
fun.
Interested.
We could have like unicorns. We can be unicorns. We can have.
Stop trying to make your unicorn suckage happen, lady. Okay. There's a unicorn behind her.
I want to live in a wonderful world. Yep.
There's a sneaky unicorn. Unicorns are murderous animals.
Live in a fairy tale world.
No shit. Who doesn't? Are you kidding me? Those chicks.
Reality bites.
Fairy tale world. You know, there's a few girls who definitely put out. I'm just saying. That's. This is why I'm going to help.
Why do I need this information?
Like, in case you're up for a taco fight, you never know. It's imaginary.
Throwing tacos at one another?
Exactly. Yeah. Definitely what I meant. Definitely what I meant.
I even picture like the orange wrappers from Taco Bell and everything. Like the mild sauce. Don't put that on there. That might burn somebody's eye out.
But the picante sauce, hot.
Ooh, say it again.
Picante.
Nice.
I am not a piece of meat, god damn it. She's like, nice. I'm like, that's not good. She's like, can you speak really close to the microphone? I'm like, I'm gonna butter your bread.
Stop saying.
I don't even know what that means, but I think it's funny as hell. You look like someone who needs their bread buttered. I'm just saying.
I totally know what it means. It is awesome.
I really feel like the problem I have now is I have a good voice where I can be like, hey, baby, what you doing? And a girl will be like, I'm doing you. Turns around and goes, nah, I don't think so. I'm like, nah. I was so close. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure if I was thinner, I could get away with it with this face. But, like, when I get thinner, this face looks a lot better. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could pull it off. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't want to, just in case that one girl's like, nah. I'm like, no.
Nobody's gonna go, nah.
I don't know. Well, that's it. Okay. The weird thing is, like...
They just have to hear that voice.
Hey, baby.
Just keep talking the whole time while you're doing
I
it.
do for you? It's like, I think school's in session, baby. And it's just...
You just almost made me spit my muffin.
Boom!
That was totally funny. You just almost made my muffin spit. Get it?
So on the last video, there was a specific part where I had it edited for where we started off and Crystal does a promo where it's like, hey, you should listen to Morning Motivational Rant. It's great. Yeah. It's a phone sex voice. That is a phone sex voice, like right away.
Welcome to Morning Motivational Rant.
I'm telling you, I was like, I'm including that shit in the clips. And now with the shit that you just said, you're like, I almost spit out my muffin. That's definitely going in the clips. I'll tell you.
Oh my god, I'm choking on my muffin. It's the bran oatmeal muffin.
Makes it even worse.
I don't...
It's like a vegan taco. It's horrible. It's just...
Nobody wants that. Although it might taste good. Maybe she eats a lot of fruit.
I doubt it. She probably eats a lot of tofu and nuts.
Ew. Nuts.
And that's why we're not really highbrow here, guys. We're right in that sweet spot. Where it's like we use fancy words to say dirty things. That's where we're at. I don't know. I'm very excited for the things that are to come. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to go out and stuff, and I had the conversation with Victoria where I'm like, listen, come the end of August, we need to have a conversation, because if the numbers keep on dropping and death rate keep on dropping, I'm going out. Like, I gotta go, right? I go, if they're not dropping, then we need to discuss a timeline, right? Because I can't stay home forever. But
No.
the scary part is that, like, a lot of people are like, hey, third wave, everything's gonna be okay, you can just go out. And it's like, I don't think so.
Is anybody watching the States? Like, well, just saying.
Well, they
had a big, huge meeting over the week, or Friday was it, where that Falcini whatever guy, the sketchy looking doctor from there.
There isn't even an L in his name. Go. Falcinian, some doctor, Flurgenflagen, I don't know. He's a foreigner.
On that CPAC thing.
Deepak Chopra?
And they were...
Deepak Chopra? Not the Deepak thing.
No, the CPAC channel.
CPAC channel?
The CPAC,
there we go, that's better. Okay.
There we go. They had him on that, and they were yelling at him because they're like, what's going on here? Like, you're killing people, basically, because all the people, they're not talking about how the numbers rose significantly during the riots, during the protest.
That has a
They're not
inherent
talking
immunity.
about that, but yet they're telling people you can't send your kids to school, you can't tell them that people can't go to church. So they're trying to tell these people, like, certain things that you're allowed to do and certain things that you're not allowed to do. Meanwhile, they're, like, saying it's okay. And all the states that are opened up that are Democratic ran, they're all, like, hugely infested. Like, huge. The numbers are, like, skyrocketing.
Yeah.
So it's, like, it makes you scared a little bit.
Makes you scared a lot of it.
It makes you, like...
Makes you scared a lot.
A lot of it, because this isn't just some fake thing, you guys. This was something that was put... COVID is an actual thing.
Correct.
And if you look at the numbers, over 100 and something thousand people have died in just the States.
Yeah.
Like, that's just one US of A. That's one country. Mm-hmm. Hundreds of thousands of people have died. I think that's kind of a big deal.
So, and you're absolutely right. And this is the problem. And this is the problem that's arising, Crystal, is that when we're looking at the numbers, there has been...
We think we're...
No. It's that we've done so much as a precaution, like the hand sanitizing, the quarantine, all these kind of little things.
Yeah.
So the results have been that less people have died from a normal or a bad flu season. Okay. So people are like, well, if that's the case, then why did we close that at all? And now this is the problem.
But we don't do that during flu season.
Exactly. So we don't have an apples to apples comparison of what's happening. And my biggest concern is that at this point that we're going to have a bunch of people say, well, stage 3, we're open. And then people say, well, cases are on the rise. And then have everyone say, you know what? We're not going in another lockdown. Fuck you people. And then you're going to have all these people just going at it. And that's when you have that second wave. Like, that's a real second wave. So now people are like, fuck you people. Because look, it wasn't that bad when we had quarantine. So it's not that bad right now. And the biggest concern for a lot of governments is specifically that they're saying that, the economy needs to restart. And you have people who are like, I am the at-risk age group, and I would rather die than let the economy get any worse. And you're saying, that's why you're all fucking retarded. You're all thinking about money when nobody's considering people. And in actuality...
The value of money is so fucking nothing, and people need to understand this. You could have no money in the world and still make it work.
Well...
People, we all started off with nothing. Our ancestors came here with nothing. Yeah. We'll figure it out. Even if we all have to lose the fancy houses, lose the cars, lose all that materialistic shit to save each other, fucking we lose it. So what? We have to start over again. If our planet gets wiped and there's nothing left but us and a bunch of burnt clothes, we'll figure it out. That's what we're here. We were made to do. So people, are we going to take care of each other, or we care whether or not we get to upgrade our car, our finance on our lease comes up? They're like, what do you care more over? The fact that your grandmother's going to, or that your family's going to die, or your friend's family's going to die, or whether or not your Gucci sweater comes in time?
I feel like this was a personal attack against me. Where it's like, what? You need a new car there, fancy boy? I'm not.
I need a new car.
I'm not buying a new car.
During COVID, I need a new car. During COVID, I lost my car because it broke down. I couldn't afford to fix it. So yeah, I need a new car, and I'm not stressing out. And trust me, people, I'm not getting the government tax. I'm not getting any income right now, like, other than a smile. So, like, so for me, yeah, I'm stressing the fuck out about things not opening up, but I'm also like, hey, I have a grandfather, I have family, I have, that I live with, and I don't want to see them die, just so that way I can eat. We can figure it out. No. There's every ways. Get a fucking garden. There's
always a way. And listen, and that's the...
There's always a way.
That's the problem right now, is that everyone's standing going... I think even the smartest of people are standing going, there has to be a way we can do this. But the problem is, the government is so not focused on what's actually fucking happening that it's like... Yeah. Okay, what are you going to do?
They're just focused on getting each other. They're all focused on attacking each other, not worried about the people that are hanging on to the ropes, waiting for their every last command. That's fucking stupid that we're doing that. The fact that all of humankind is waiting for a certain political party to tell you what to do with your life. Dude, your own personal lives are on the line right now. So it's up to you. Don't wait for somebody to tell you what to do with your fucking life. What are you going to do with it? You know,
And this is
you can't wait for permission.
Well, this is the problem is that people are disregarding their own safety and stuff, and you're going, it's out of control, people.
It's boggles my mind.
I don't know. And that's like, everyone's seen the meme.
We could have a tornado and lose all those businesses tomorrow. Then what? You know?
Free tacos for everybody.
Anything else could happen.
Free tacos for everybody.
Well, not free. It would be at least $300 an hour taco for everybody. Like, if shit.
That is an expensive fucking taco, but hey.
No, it's, hey, you pay for what you get.
Fair. Fair enough. That is a reasonable statement. Oh, I don't know. That's the problem is for me, like I have friends that want to hang out and everything, and I'm dying to hang out with them too. And in turn, like, they're like, hey, do you want to go out? I'm like, no, I'm just not.
I really want to go fishing. Do you want to go fishing? We can stay 6 feet apart fishing. Our fishing rods are 6 feet apart, so we just have to make sure that we stay 6 feet apart. Like
every once in a while, we got to swing our fishing rods at each other's face to make sure that we're distant enough.
Yeah.
Just to give a
with the hook still on. Just for
Of course. Of course. Just a little tap. Just
Yeah, then you could get that badass scar baby that you wanted. So that way you could look evil.
Knowing me, I'd get it like on my lips. So I just be like, look at my big ass teeth. Hey, what's up?
Ooh, then you could be the Elvis when I get married. Because I want to get married by a preacher man named Elvis. So you're going to dress up like Elvis and marry me, officiate the wedding? Why won't you?
Because I sang Blue Sage Shoes when I was in grade 7, and I'll never sing again. That's true. I sang it at Erin Mills Town Center. Yeah, it was a long, long time ago. Grade 6, grade 7? Grade 7. Let's say grade 7. Yeah.
We were strange kids. Because you sang that, and I sang Joker by Steve Miller Band in grade 6. We were strange children. I'm like...
We may have had a little bit of a different upbringing. Just a little bit. I think that would be some minor differences. Minor.
No, I think that's awesome, though, because Blue Suede... Hey, Elvis was not that far off of the Steve Miller Band in his ways.
That was definitely... It was definitely what I was thinking, was like, hey, how can I find a song that's close to Steve Miller Band in the off chance that sometime in the future I have a situation that requires it to be similar. Definitely sounds like something I would think of.
That's not what I was... That's not where I was going with that at all. Way to go train wreck that one.
She is a fucking liar. Don't believe anything she says. She's pure evil.
Takes one to know one.
Also true. I will murder anyone. Price is right? Sure. What do I care? Not my people. I don't give a shit.
No, who?
They're not my people. If you ask me to kill them, I'm just gonna kill them. I don't care. It's like, if you were like, hey, kill your own family. I'm like, I'm not gonna kill my own family. Fuck you. Right? That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, can you go kill your friend?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kill my friend. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But if someone's like, hey, can you kill some random stranger for money? I can do that. That's fair.
Me too. Just saying. Especially with this COVID going on. Me too.
You never know when a little... just a priest... That's it. Their life's over. They might as well die. Just...
Ooh, I'd be like Poison Ivy and Batman.
I am 100% sure that if it was something that, like a residue off her lips, she'd be like... and just start smacking people. In the face. That's what would probably happen. Let's be honest.
Oh, I totally had something that I'm going to bring back in my cult. For when I start my cult. Because we're not going to be technology friendly, right? Because it's I think the internet's going to get shut down, which I hope it does. So that way it stops all the AIs and all this bullshit. But so...
You know, we're only using it for all of our shows. Let's just hope it all goes down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, let's not. Let's not. But I'm going to bring back Polaroid pictures.
Polaroid pictures?
Polaroids? Yeah, because, like, it's a whole new way of dick pics. Like, you just shake it, blow it, and there's your penis. And you can put it up on the wall. And you got, like, a whole wall of dick pics. So, people, I want now, instead of... I want a Polaroid camera. So that way I could take pictures of the penises and then blow them and put them on my wall.
Oh, so Christmas is coming. I know what I'm getting, Crystal. Polaroid camera.
Do you like that idea, though? Because I've incorporated that into a bit that I'm writing, well, that I wrote. And I used it on the Zoom show that I did, and it kind of worked, so...
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Are you finding...
Yeah, do you like it, though?
Huh?
Good.
The idea
do you
of
like
it?
the whole...
No! Oh, that's yes.
Who's been a good boy? Because all of a sudden the penis appears. You shook it,
you gotta...
you blew it, and then you put it up there.
You gotta tag that where, like, some people be like, you gotta blow on it twice. Blow on it twice, it gets bigger. It's a bigger picture. You gotta... It's gotta go, yeah. You can't just win the middle. That's definitely, yeah. That's how you amp that up, because just be like, some guys be like, you gotta smack it a couple times, and then... But you can't, it has to be like indirect
hit
air.
It off your cheeks a couple times.
Yeah. Give a little, and and you'll see, it's the whole picture. It's the whole thing. It's very amazing, even.
Amazing.
This is the crazy part is, like, I've been, I'll watch videos of, like, 10 men have to, read out tweets or DMs that they sent women that they didn't know, but do it in front of their mother.
I would like that.
Oh, I laughed.
I want that.
I laughed and I laughed and I laughed because the guy's like, and she just did not want to say. And someone's like, "What'd you say? What'd you say? I want to see what you said." And she's like,
yeah.
"No, Mama, I don't want to read these in front of you." And she's like, "What did you say, boy?" And it was just, she got so mad. It was, I think it was like an old Italian mom, and then a big black woman.
This would be hilarious.
Both of them were fucking
I got one.
so
There's
savage.
a lawyer that keeps DMing me, and it was off of a LinkedIn account. I hate when guys like try to perv you on LinkedIn, because I'm like, this is where we're trying to be like, let's be real. Okay,
let's be professional.
Let's not try to talk about. Let's be a little bit professional at least, right? And this guy on LinkedIn, and he's a lawyer, and I won't say from where. He's a defense attorney, though, so that fucking makes sense. I've done weird things with them. But anyways, he's a lawyer, and he sent me this message. Never talked to him before. Not a pregame message. Nothing. Wow, I'd really like to fuck you while doing coke. Okay. This is my LinkedIn account. I don't know, like, I've never posted anything about anything like that on that account, you know, like, and I've been good for the last few years and stuff, and I got this guy, wow, I'd really like to fuck you while doing coke. And I'm like, okay, no hello, my name is this, I'd like to do business about this, blah, blah, blah. Nope, that was it.
Number one, I seriously doubt that he's a lawyer. I would say that.
Oh no, I read his, like, I went through his profile. He's legit.
I think you should make that. I think you should make that public. No, honestly.
No, I'm not like that.
I know you're not.
Loose lips shinks. I'm not like that.
Loose lips sink
If
ships.
I was,
you know.
and if I was, there'd be a lot of people that I'm just not like that. I'd ruin a lot of people's lives if I was like that. And I'd ruin it though for the good people. It'd be for the good people that actually like have faith in these people. So no, I'm good.
I think we've
I
learned,
ruined marriages.
guys. We've just passed like episode 50 at this point. Okay, and I'll be honest with you.
I can't wait till it airs. That's when we can celebrate.
I honestly feel like we can all agree that Crystal's judgment about who that good guy is that sent her a message is not true. That's why you should out them all. Fuck it. Just every last one of them. This is why I'm like, listen, if I... Like, the audacity of some of these men.
But I always get blamed. Hey. I've tried to, like, help out. I've tried to, like, tell a friend that, like, her husband was being, like, you know, a little bit, and it went wrong. Yeah. It went I lost a friend, I lost, like, everything. So, no, you know what? And that's happened to me more than once. Like, because I've had people see it happen, and yet I was the one that got...
Oh, yeah.
I'm always the one that gets put out. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm sure I'm not the only woman that they've messaged like that.
No.
You know, or that they've talked to like that. So, fuck it. Like,
yeah.
If you can't notice it, it's your problem.
I don't know.
Like, I'm not going to act on it. I don't act on it or nothing. I don't even reply to shit like that. Like, when these guys message me on Facebook or they leave comments and stuff, I don't reply to nothing. I'm like, okay, you're just fucking weird. The
whole idea of it is just very perturbing to me. I just don't understand, like, what, you were never taught to not be a piece of shit? Like, I don't understand. It's very, like honestly, it's very mind-boggling for me, because I'm just like, and this is how you pick women. I don't have some track where I was like, I picked up lots of women. No, it never happened, right? But I'm like, that's the thing is, I've been approached before, and I'm like, thanks, you know, happily married, but have a great night. And they're like, what? I'm like, I'm happily married, but I hope you have a great night. And they're like, I don't care if you're married. I'm like,
that's so sleazy.
I care that I'm married, and I'm pretty sure my wife cares that I'm married, so have a good night.
That's so fucking gross. And there's so many, this is why, like, guys with girlfriends or those girls that go after guys with women and stuff, it's like, dude, you know how single guys there are? Now you need some crazy bitch up on the side?
Well,
like, you know, like...
It's not even...
I have, like, a little bit acquired a crush for people that I've been in a relationship, but I've never pursued it. You know, like, I was like, okay, you know, like, yeah, okay, that person, and I never, like, I never made it, like, public, never, like, pursued it type thing, just, you know, I'm like, okay, then, done.
Yeah, and look,
okay,
and you know
I might have messaged them, or told their mom. I might have told their mom that I liked them. That might have happened because they might be watching. So I'm like, okay, so I told their mom, but the person's wife was really gross, and they were really mean to them, and they were cheating on them, and I knew it, and I didn't bring that up, but I really liked the guy, and I thought he was a good guy and everything, and he was being treated like shit. So
I don't know what's happening right now, but this is an awesome story.
Neither do I. I'm just gonna stop talking about it because I'm making myself really uncomfortable.
That is a good idea. That is a great idea.
Thanks.
Because, you know, this is the problem is did you put blue in your hair?
Yeah. I've had blue in my hair, yeah.
Devil worshiper. I don't know what you're fucking doing over there. Making all
I don't know either. This is COVID. It's making me crazy.
Yeah,
I haven't seen people to tell me no. See, you know that I need somebody in my life to tell me no, Crystal.
No.
Don't do that. No, this is why I eat all the candy. This is why I dye my hair.
That's so horrible. This is why we can't have nice things. So I eat all the candies, and
because nobody.
I just eat all the candy because I'm a pig. That's what I eat all the candy. I'm like, I'm a big fat pig, and I eat all the candy.
I need somebody there to be like, don't do that. Like, no, that's not okay.
You're the size of a fucking midget. It doesn't matter. You can eat all the candy in the world, you rat bastard. That's some
I'm gonna
bullshit.
still get the beaties.
I'm gonna get the beaties, baby.
I have to cut off a leg. Like, how am I gonna pursue my whatever career with one leg? You liked all my photos though, eh? So I took a bunch of photos, people, and I'm not gonna lie, I look pretty. Like, I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm like, that shit, you know how they have like photos of you at your funeral? Those photos are gonna be everywhere. I want to be remembered like that forever.
By the way, I was gonna say, I've been noticing this on Instagram. Was a lot of pictures that are high definition. They're nice pictures. Women will have blocked out their feet.
Oh, should I have done that because I got big feet?
No, they do that because men, apparently there's a genre of man that will zoom in and just sell that picture of just your feet.
Ew, mine are all veiny. People aren't gonna do that.
Listen,
I try to like.
I got Flintstone feet. It's just a circle with lines drawn on them. Okay, my feet are horrible. So trust me, it's not about quality. At this point, people are just like.
Actually, mine aren't too bad. They're pretty.
If you lick your foot again, I'm shutting you down. Just so you know, that's disgusting. That is disgusting. You're sicko.
I didn't do it.
It's disgusting.
I didn't do it.
It's so gross. And she's like, hey. It's like,
you just said there's a certain genre for that, so I'm like.
We're almost out of time, everyone. Thank you for watching us here. We had a great
Oh my God! Holy fuck! Another hour. We keep like sailing through these.
When you don't shut up the whole goddamn time, you know, it runs through a lot more, Crystal. That's kind of how that works. It's
I missed you. I had so much to say.
Apparently I didn't, because I didn't even talk. It was just Crystal just look at my feet.
Now you gotta motivate people.
Yeah, now we gotta motivate people. That's nice. So guys, like, share, subscribe. We're not just on YouTube. We have notifications going out through Instagram. We have notifications on our Facebook fan page, Morning Motivational Rant, which actually has... Yeah, don't cover your mouth when you yawn. Don't do that. She's like...
I'm showing off my real estate, Dino. Fuck off.
Okay, so... we have the Facebook fan page where I am also loading clips for every episode. We're trying to do 3 clips an episode, including one for the Motivation Rant. And the audio recordings are available on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify. So guys, we are out there. All we need is for you to listen.
Woo! And thank you to our new subscribers. Thank you to our subscribers at all.
Oh yeah, we got a couple new subscribers.
And thank you for all our likes, and even our couple down likes, because whatever, everybody has their right to their own opinion.
No, we appreciate it greatly, guys. And you know what? We're gonna keep on posting stuff to try and get it out there. I know I said we were gonna go to 7 days a week, which we may still do. Probably be this week that I can start doing it. So, yeah, she doesn't fucking have to do anything. The fucking asshole who's just like, yeah,
hello. I have to talk for that long because somebody doesn't want to talk.
Heaven forbid she has to do her fucking job. I have to talk, you know. And then she's all like...
To you, okay?
No. That's not to me. Okay, let's go to Morning Motivational Rant, guys. We're about that time.
Yes.
So... you know what, we don't really talk about political stuff, but if you've ever read the Bible, if you've ever been religious, one of the big things was that Jesus brought 2 rules to replace all the other rules of everything. The one was to put God first, and the second was to treat your neighbor like yourself. Okay, now obviously that has got a lot of interpretation available to it, and it really opens things up for where things can go. Now, what I break those things down to would be is number 1 is you should be treating your neighbor like yourself, just in the fact that how you want to be treated is how you should treat other people. Being honest and all that kind of thing. Now, the idea of putting God above all else, It's a controversial issue just in the fact that some people are like, well, there's no God. And some people are saying various other things, and my God's better than your God, whatever the case. But one way to interpret that as well is that, treating other people how you want to be treated, they can visibly see how you're treating them, right? But when my idea of putting God first is more so that when no one's watching you, are you still that good person? Do you do the good deed when no one actually has any way to think that, number one, you did do it or didn't do it? And that's one of those things where people have that idea. It's like, oh, well, you could get away with murder. But are you a murderer? And that's the real question. Just because you can get away with something doesn't make it the right decision. Just because, and we've talked about this before, is that you have entire companies and hedge funds who are breaking up companies, destroying people's pensions. There's a few states right now in the South that are actually suing hedge funds because they took unreasonable risks with their pension funds and essentially drove it into the ground. So a lot of people just say, well, it's just business. It's not just business, people. It's people's lives, it's people's daily emotions, it's people's relationships, it's people's survival. And that's the big difference, is if we're going to be treating others like we want to be treated, does it matter if anyone sees us? Does it matter that we get the praise and kudos? Don't get me wrong. I like getting that praise. I like hearing the applause. I like to be the one that's getting noticed. But is that necessary for us to enjoy life? Do we have to make it about a promotion? Do we have to make it about a marketing strategy or to advertise what that we've done to help people? And that's where I think it's wrong. I think we need to start forgetting about who's watching us and start listening to what we actually think we are. Because I think a lot of the times we forget that we have to sleep with ourselves at the end of the night. And if we're not willing to do that, then have we really questioned ourselves over that day? And that's something that I think a lot of people don't do. But I think that's all I got to say. Crystal, where can everybody find you?
I like it. Simply Me on YouTube, Crystal Morency, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and Dino. Lower Dino.
Dino the Genetic Marvel Guys on Facebook. I have a fan page. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I have a Twitter account, but I don't really tweet. As well, Morning Motivational Rant, as we said, is available everywhere and its mother. So feel free to listen in. We have clips coming up every day. But the best thing to do would actually be like, share, and subscribe. It helps out the channel. Lets us know what's good and what's not.
Thank you.
And as well, on the Facebook fan page, that is where we're loading up stuff. I might even start uploading the entire videos there, guys. So we're doing all sorts of stuff and trying to get it done. But we're going to keep on trying to progress. If you have any notes, any hints, any feedback, we'd love to hear it. So please feel free to message us, leave it in the comments. But in the meantime, have a great day, stay motivated, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys.